Let me just run through a few messages. When Dr. Blyden is there, then we'll. Okay, Dr. Blyden.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm here.
We're getting you loud and clear. Now, I was asking, you've highlighted some of the challenges. What would you prefer as recommendations to surmounting these challenges and let us win this fight as a nation?
Well, I would like to clarify some points very quickly.
Go ahead.
First point is that when President Madabio, as then the strongest opposition voice, was invited by President Nkrumah all the way from London, and he came in, the very next morning, he came in the night, the very next morning, President Nkrumah hosted him at State House. I was then working at State House as Special Executive Assistant to the President. I met the current president at the door of State House. I gave him a hug and I said to him, thank you, brother, for joining this fight. Even though everybody knows I am one of the biggest critics of current president. But I put that one aside and I hugged him at the doorway of State House before he went up to meet my boss at State House. Now, I repeat that we are not talking politics here. We are talking influential voices. Former President Nkrumah is a very influential voice. Whether or not he is the chairman and leader of the APC or not, he remains an influential voice. Secondly, he also led, I repeat, it wasn't Paulo Conte who led it. It was President Nkrumah who led the fight against Ebola. And he was also the head of state, sitting where President Madabio is now seated. There is a lot that President Madabio can learn from President Nkrumah. And I want to assure my brother in the studio that I am not lying here. I'm saying it with authority. In fact, one of the few times that President Nkrumah has got upset with me recently was when I was arguing with him that, is it possible that you have called President Bio and he received so many phone calls that your number disappeared from his phone? And then he demonstrated to me that indeed he has been calling. And that's why I'm saying it, that it is with authority that I am saying it here live on the TV, that the former president has been reaching out to the current president several times to discuss how he can help in the Ebola pandemic, to stop the Ebola fight. And his calls have been snubbed. This is with authority. Secondly, I'm not talking about liking. I'm talking about trust. You see, my brother there is was one of our best journalists before, and he knows that journalism is all about trust. Messaging is all about trust. If you do not trust the person who is talking to you, you are going to believe these stories about when they say, oh, there is a 5G, there is no corona, it is a 5G communication network that they are setting up. This is all a matter of trust. If you do not trust the person, doesn't mean you don't like the person. You can like the person, but you don't trust the person's messaging. So you have to now bring in everybody who you know can be trusted by a chunk of the society to come on board. That's my messaging. Then finally, please, 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 Honorable Rado, there is no such thing as almost a medical doctor. No such thing. You're either a medical doctor, like Dr. Sylvia Olenka Blyden is a medical doctor, or you are not a medical doctor. Dr. Alfawu lectured me in medical school. He lectured me chemistry. He's a chemist, full stop. What we have here is a medical emergency. It's not just Ministry of Health management issues. There should be somebody with a medical background in this mix. What I am seeing now, the head of state, the head of the Ebola response, and the Minister of Health, none of them are medical people. And so that's why we are having a lot of these blunders that they are making. For example, why are they hiding the identities of patients of coronavirus? It's unconscionable, it's unforgivable. Because by hiding the identities of corona patients, you are hindering yourself. You are making it impossible to do proper contact tracing. Because some of these people, they will not remember all of who and whom they recently contacted. But if you announce the names and who they are, it helps for the community to bring forward names. For example, if someone, let's be frank here, somebody could be a married man. and he has a girlfriend somewhere, he doesn't want to state that girlfriend's name. But the girlfriend would know, or someone connected to the girlfriend would know, who would now mention that name and help the contact tracing process. Why are they hiding the identities of these people? They are hindering us in this battle. We need to know who are these people, where are they, and let me use this opportunity, please, Samuel, to ask the Minister of Information. They have to treat some of us like we are intelligent people. They put out an information that there are 6 corona patients, but only 5 are being treated. Where is the one person? Can he please tell this nation who is that one person and why is that one person not being treated? It's critical. This is a question on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone because we are worried. We don't know who these people are. Could be my next door neighbor. I don't know. So they need to be more open to us. They need to be more transparent with us. These are critical points. Now, the last thing I want to point out here is this aspect, in reaction to my brother in the studio, is this aspect of saying we won't call on someone to come, you have to come. No, I don't think you are doing the correct thing. People, for example, I did not even know where the EOC center is. I'm a medical doctor. I did not even know where the EOC center is. You can imagine ordinary people. You are telling them, oh, we are not going to invite you, come on board. You have to reach out. Please, SLPP-led government, reach out and let us fight this battle together. That would be my point. Any other question now?
Dr. Blyden, before letting you go, are there names you...
No, I'm not going. I'm here. We are here for 2 hours. I'm definitely not going. I'm just saying
just before
this
we
was a reaction to the points.
Before we let you rest, we'll definitely come back to you.
I'm not going. I'm here.
Okay, are there names already in terms of those who you think should have been called upon to lead the fight against this virus?
No, I think we have a wonderful leader now in the person of His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio. I cannot fault him in terms of leading this battle. He has been leading the battle well. So I'm not going to say we need someone else to lead. He is doing an amazing job leading, but he is shortchanging the battle by not bringing more people on board and by refusing to pick up the phone call of his predecessor. So to say I want another leader, no. I like my leader, I like my president. Let him continue doing the job that he's doing for us. He has been doing a fantastic job, as limited as he is, that he's not medical, not medically inclined. I don't believe he has an iota of knowledge of medicine, but he has been doing well. But he has to bring more people on board, and he seriously has to consider that whoever is the coordinator, if I was the president of Sierra Leone, my instant choice would have been Brigadier General Fodisa. I would not even think, I would not even blink. He would have instantly been put in charge of this fighting the corona response. It would not have been Kelly Conte, no way. I would have brought in Brigadier Safode or any of the other professional doctors, but Safode particularly because he's a virologist. He's a virology medical doctor. So I think he needs to bring the medical people on board. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a member of the SLMDA. I speak to my colleagues. They are not happy. They are not happy. There is so much being done that should not be done. There is so much that needs to be done that has not yet been done.
And what are those things?
There needs to be a medical leadership in this fight. There is no medical leadership in this fight, I'm sorry to say. There needs to be a medical perspective at the top hierarchy of this fight. The president needs to consider that. Yes, Dr. Wuri lectured me. He was one of my best lecturers. He's very good in chemistry. That's it, chemistry. Brigadier Kelly Conte is good at fighting wars. So yes. But for God's sake, bring on board a medical doctor to help you.
All right. That's a very good call. Yeah, so